Okay, this screencast is using a simulation called interactive physics to compare the motion of three different hoverpucks. Hoverpucks would use air forced out through a fan to help lift them off the ground a little bit so they kind of hover, kind of like being on an air hockey table. So they have low friction and move with close to constant speed. So we've got a green puck, a black puck, and an orange puck. And they're just going to have a little race here. They're all starting in the same place at the same time. And we're going to look at their motion. We're going to be able to track their motion a little bit using a device from the simulation that leaves a picture of where the pucks were at every 1.6 seconds or so. We can look at the time that they're traveling here under the time meter. And then we also have a position of the objects with this spot being 0, the start line, and the finish line being over here a few meters away. Okay, so we're just going to run through the race one time. There they go. They're off and running. And boom, race is over. Everybody, we're going to take a stop action shot here and take a look at what's going on. Now, in terms of which one wins the race, orange got to the finish line first. When we talk about a race, we talk about who can go that distance in the least amount of time. We would therefore be able to say that person had the most speed for that total race because they had traveled the distance in the least amount of time, and speed is the rate of change of your distance that you're moving. The pucks, also the fact that we leave these tracking pictures behind, gives us some idea of this is all at 0 seconds, this is all at 1.6 seconds, this is all at 3.2 seconds, this is all at 4.8 seconds. And hopefully you can see that they're in different distances from the start line as they move along at those same times. Then the graph down here is position versus time. So again, 0 being the beginning, and then 4.8 meters over here being the finish line. Now, you can see that only the orange puck at this point has reached, sorry, it's not 4.8 meters, it's almost 15 meters. 15 meters of distance, while the others are still lagging behind. So at this period of point in time, only the orange puck has made the finish line. Okay, so at this point, you can pause the simulation and answer the questions about the tracks. The tracks, again, being these pictures here. So you want to look at how they're similar and how they're different. See what you think the spacing between them tells you about the motion. And then the questions in blue here are about the graphs. So it's about this graph here, the three different lines. Again, this is the green puck, the black puck, and the orange puck's motion, and what position they're at versus time. And that's it for this particular little simulation. There are two others that you'll be looking at in comparison to this one, which have some differences and some similarities.